Hey, he's back. Yes, as you can tell from the title, it's another pickup video. Yep, it's been, I don't know, it's been about 5 weeks since the last pickup video, I think. Got a few bits, not a huge amount. Money's a bit too tight to mention, I guess you could argue. I mean, we're all in the same boat, aren't we? Lockdown's just about easing. CEX and other shops opened this week, didn't they? Not that I can go because I'm skint, but probably, hopefully, you know, after next week I'll get paid and I can do a bit of exploration there. And I also get my second vaccine next week, so that'll be a bit safer way of exploring the chaotic world that we live in. Also say, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I not only do pickups, but I also do various collection videos, and if you look in my history of my videos and stuff, you'll see a whole host of a wide selection. And I do want to do a game room video at some point in the near future. I'm just waiting for one thing to come, and that's something from Printer Boy, which I'll talk more about later, because I've got some nice. I already had quite a few, but I've also bought a few more dust covers for some of my consoles, so I've got to show you those at the end. They finally came. But anyway, before I get stuck in there, let's do some of the pickups with games. A very lonely, on its own PS3 game, Need for Speed Special Edition. This is the one that comes with a plastic sleeve, but also like a sort of faux fake tyre. I had just the tyre, but not a plastic sleeve on the one before, and it's somewhere amongst my PS3 games, but I can't be bothered to go through them all at a minute because I've got them nicely stored in the shelves, but to find a particular one until I have a big collection video, which will probably take over about 3 or 4 videos, because if you guys think my PS1 collection was large, my PS3 collection, my PS3 collection is also just as massive. I must have about 800 PS3 games at a guess, and that is a guess. And 100 of those games, or I'll say, like some special various collector's editions and so forth, are even harder to accessible. So I'll probably do a standalone PS3 collection video once I've finished collecting for a PS3. It's about another 25 games I want to get, and I hope to get those by the end of the year, because a lot of things, everything's starting to pick up in price, isn't it, really? I don't want to leave it too long. I like to still get them while they're reasonably cheap. While we're talking of cheap games, PSP. I say cheap. Some are, some aren't, and some are creeping up a lot in price. There's one game which I got from the States, which I thought there was a UK release, but I can't see any traces of any on sale. So I got one from America, which was about, I think it was about £20 including shipping, and that was Pac-Man World Rally. I'm a sucker for any of these Mario Kart clone games, so had to get this Namco sort of Pac-Man one, so that's from the States. And so I've got there's 5 other PSP games here. Tenchu Shadow Assassins, quite an uncommon game. I got that for about a tenner off eBay, which you may think that's a lot, but trust me, PSP games, a lot of them are creeping up, even ones that were only about a couple of quid. NBA Live 2008, all complete. As you know, I always collect complete games. This one, I think this is about a £20 mark again. I think I got it from somewhere in Europe. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a European, but it's all English, so it may have been Portugal or France, I can't remember. But it's Patapon 3, all complete, proper English packaging and everything. Really pleased to have that, because that's a harder game to get. New and sealed, 15 quid. FIFA 14, the French edition. The language is in French, but French is one of those from the game perspective, it's one that you can pick up and learn. It's not like Japanese or something. And you think, oh god, what are all those? I say letters. What's it's a haiku or something? What Japanese letters called? I can't remember. But anyway, what do they all mean anyway? But at least with French, you can just about work it out. And to be honest, it's a FIFA game, so I'm not going to be in a rush to play this one. I'll probably keep it all sealed. But to get an English FIFA 14, I think you're going to pay at least 40 quid, if not more. It's just stupid money, really. So I'm not going to pay that sort of money for a FIFA game anyway. Another game, Monster Jam Urban Assault. I think this was about £6 or £8 mark, not, you know, respectable price, that one. There's one more game which I've got coming from the States. It's an American version. Again, I don't think we got a European version. And that's another Monster Jam game, Path of Destruction. It was pretty much widely available on the DS, but on a PSP it's hard to get hold of. Even in the States, you see lots of cartridges, but you don't necessarily see them boxed and complete. So it's quite an uncommon game. So I've got that actually new and sealed coming from PlayAsia, so hopefully I'll be able to show that in the next pickup video. And that will mark the last of my PSP collection goals. Again, on a PSP, I have probably around, I'll say probably around 650 to 700 games on a PSP, with about another 200 UMD movies as well. So I've got quite a huge, big PSP collection to show when that other game comes. So I might do a PSP collection video soon, maybe. What do you think, guys? Would you like to see that? Yeah, I might do that. That's an idea, isn't it? Okay. Another lonely on its own game, which is not surprising given what it is, and that is for Sega Mega CD, or Sega CD in the States. I've decided to get a few more games for Mega CD. I've got all the big boys, but just about. But there's a few which I'm after. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I don't want competition when I'm trying to get these. But I'm going to get there's about 2 or 3 exclusive Sega CD games from Japan actually, which are like Ninja Warriors, which I'm not going to get. I'm going to get reproduction of them because the originals are about £100 plus. Some of the few ones that you can play which aren't RPGs. So Ninja Warriors is one which I want to get, but I'm going to get a reproduction of that. So there's about 2 or 3 Sega CD Japanese games which I'm going to get. And you may say, well, isn't a Sega CD region protected? Well, if you've got it connected to a Mega Drive, which is which you can hack or change or mod. I've got modded Mega Drive 2, where I can change it from 50 Hz to 60 Hz. And so from what I read, if I put it into the 60 Hz mode, the Japanese games should be able to play, in theory. With the reproduction games, whether or not it makes a difference, I don't know. It's something I've got to explore and find out, really. But I've been also told once you've started it in 60 Hz, you can change it once you get past the intro menu anyway, if you wanted to. I mean, to be honest, you want to stay in 60 Hz, wouldn't you? But it's nice to know with a 50 Hz, like a European game, so if you want to make them faster after you started, just flick it to 60 after you got past the intro. So basically, cut a long story short, there's a few more Sega Mega CD games which I wanted to get, and there's this one which I've been wanting for a long time, but I was in 2 minds whether or not to get it, and I saw it for about £60 with shipping. I thought I'll bite a bullet and I get it, and I did. And that is Software Toolworks Star Wars Chess, all complete with the disc and manual and case and everything. Yeah, this game is amazing that this actually got made. How they got the license for this, because the liberties they take with the characters, it's quite extreme really in terms of how they kill each other. You know, when a piece takes another piece, and they're quite comical actually. So I do recommend, guys, if you're into Star Wars, just look up footage on YouTube of this game, Star Wars Chess, and you see how some of the characters wipe each other out. It's quite comical. The sprite animation's quite cartoony, in the sort of not necessarily a good way. But it's quite funny and it's quite amusing. And with this game, you don't necessarily have to play it. You can just play it in. You can put it into auto mode, so the Sega CD plays itself, which is a nice way of getting to see some of you know, another way of doing it without having to think, I suppose. Yeah, but it's nice to have that for my Star Wars collection of games, really. So, yeah, pleased to have that. I've got a Lonely DS game, and that is a game that's made by WayForward. And for you guys who know your game developers, WayForward is the people that brought us the Shantae games, and they've done a brilliant job with those, and they brought out quite a few good other games as well. There's one other one which I want to get, which I'm not going to mention again because I don't want competition on eBay just yet. But basically, they did produce a game for the Wii, which we know as Batman and Brave and the Bold, which I have. But also they brought it out for a DS. Now, until I realised it was WayForward, I wasn't that bothered about getting this on the DS. But now I know it is by WayForward. I wanted to get it. Also, I've got it now, and when you read the manual, actually this is compatible with the Wii version. If you somehow you hook this up to a Wii by the wireless thing, and basically you can use your DS to control Batmite, one of the cartoon characters, and I'm not sure what you can do in the Wii game, but you can. So it's compatible with the Wii games, which is really cool actually. And it being a sort of platforming DS game by WayForward, it's got that quality that sort of, as well. Now I got this off Music Magpie. I played the Music Magpie roulette. It came no manual, bugger, and I only paid $3.50 for it. So I looked online, and the cheapest to get one with a manual would be about £7.50. But fortunately, I just put Batman Bold and Brave manual, and actually somebody was just selling the manual by itself for $3.50. So in total, this cost me £7, which ain't bad. Because I think the average price on this on eBay is more about a £10 mark, and some are asking silly money. But yeah, so do look out for this, guys. If you like your WayForward type Shantae type games, and you got a DS, pick this up. If you see it cheap, well, I would say pick it up if you see it for under a tenner if you like that sort of thing, because it's bound to go up in price, this one, as people discover more about it. I'm going to do a Switch. Yeah, I'll do a Switch. Okay. Yeah. Racing games on Switch. The first one that jumps to mind obviously is Mario Kart, isn't it? And that's probably one of the best ones you can get anyway. But I wanted some of the more mature, advanced ones. So, Burnout Paradise Remastered. I got this off, I think it was either Amazon or Argos, but I got it for a decent price. It was about the £18 mark, which isn't bad for this title. It's all in a cartridge as well, and so I'm quite pleased to have that, because this is one of the games that are bound to go up in price as well. In respect to racing games, there's another one as well, and that is the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Now, this game, some people are asking about £25 plus for this. And some retailers have sold out of it already. Argos fortunately did have some left. That was £18 again, and I thought, yeah, I'll get that. Why, I still can. I got it, and when I looked at the packaging, it had that little blue stuff on the bottom, and it said internet download required, and I thought, oh shit, don't tell me it's just a download code. It's not. This is one of the rare games whereby there is a cartridge, but you need to connect to the internet to get some more DLC or whatever it is. Okay? So don't be put off by that, guys, if you see internet download required. If it says that there's a code or something inside, then a lot are saying now, then that's the ones that you need to avoid. Some games like Rayman, the newer releases are coming just as a code, whereas some of the older releases of Rayman, for example, it is on a cartridge. So I think that's going to be one game which I want to pick up at some point as well, while I can, because I think there's going to get to a stage that some games will be quite collectible on a physical format. It's like the Ghostbusters Remastered. I got that on the Switch. That first came out as a cartridge, but now it's like a download code. So you got to be mindful, guys, when you buy Switch games, or what ones you're getting really, and us collectors, we want the physical, don't we? We don't want bloody download codes, do we? Although some games you can't avoid it. You get one game, if it's like a multiple one, you get one game on it, and then the other games you have to download. One cartridge where both games are actually on it is Cat Quest 1 and 2. This was only 15 quid in Argos, which is not a bad price actually for this RPG. I got it for my wife to play because she loves cats, and it is definitely one of those RPGs where you definitely need to grind to build up your character. So I got a feeling my wife's going to give up on it because it's like that. I think she likes more simple linear games really. Okay, a while back I got the Darius Cosmic Collection. Okay, this is like a Japanese release, and this has got like the original Darius, Darius 2, Sagaya version 1 and 2, and Darius Gaiden. So that's got 4 games on at least. But there's also another collection that came out more recently, which I got from Japan. It wasn't PlayAsia, it was some other third-party sale, but I got it for a reasonable price. It was still, I think it was still about a £40 mark, but you can easily pay a lot more than that. So I got Darius Cosmic Revelation. There was a European edition of this being released, or is it strictly limited edition? I think I'm doing another version of this as well, whereby you get that cigar game on it as well, but you've already got the cigar on that first collection anyway, so it's not really a must. You have to get that. But this game, just for your information, has got Darius HD and Darius EX, another Chronicle, Darius Burst EX Plus, I should say. So the more the PS1 game basically, and the more recent, more modern game really. So yeah, we're happy to have those on the Switch. I'd probably like to get those on the PS4 as well, but again, they're demanding a fair bit of money, about £60 to £70 each, which are not cheap, but are they going to be some of those games whereby they're going to go silly money, a bit like other systems have gone, you know, games that are over £200 mark. Will they ever get that high? Who knows? But anyway, keep an eye out for those, I will. Limited run game, Doom 64. I already had a download code of this. I got with something for, I think it came in with Doom Eternal or whatever. So I already had it on the PS4 as a download code, but nice to have a physical copy on the Switch. Anyway, so that comes with that card. If people are interested. Now I kind of double dipped because I've got some games on both the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. So that Doom one, I double dipped and I've got it on 64 as well. And that's the card it comes. And while we're on Doom, I also finally got the Doom and Slayers collection, which has got Doom 2, Doom 3 and Doom 2016 all on the cartridge, well I say on the disc with a download code. So I think but Doom 3 requires a digital game download or something. So you get 4 Doom games basically. But Doom 2016 is on the disc, whereas all those older games or DLC download code. So this is one of those games that you do need to get new to have all that stuff on the code, and it comes with a little Doom poster as well. Now I've got this from, I think it's about £20 off Amazon, and I noticed a few games are getting new off Amazon. They got this funny like logo. Can you see it, guys? You might have come across that. Now it's not quite Arabic, but it's unusual on, you know, on the thing. And all the rest of it's completely in English though. And you know, it's a legit copy, and it plays. So I don't know if it's like a version, a PAL version that works in Europe, but was released for, I don't know, Saudi territories or something. I don't know, but it's all complete in English. I mean, maybe it's not Saudi at all. Maybe they wouldn't allow this sort of game because it is a bit blasphemous, I would have thought. But who knows? Maybe it's not Arabic at all. Maybe it's something else. But I've noticed that on a few games. There's another one which is very similar, which I'll show you in a minute. One last Switch game which I got for a tenner, and Eddie X Rollercore was showing that on this channel. He got it on the PS4, and so I got it on PS4, and that is let me dig it out. It was only a £5 on Amazon, so for that price, you know, it doesn't take too much to think about really. Helmet, a badass from hell. So it's one of these platforming type, shooting type games. Really, you know, almost tons of bullets everywhere. Not quite Tarkin, but you know, it is a really good looking game, and it's cheap. And for that price, I thought I'll get it on the Switch as well, because I thought it looks like an enjoyable game. And on the Switch it was a bit more. It was about a tenner it was, but still. Proper cartridge, game on the cartridge, tenner, Switch, not bad in my book. Okie dokie. Other cheapy games. £2 off eBay, Apex Legends Bloodhound Edition. It doesn't come with a DLC. With the Apex Legends, it's one of those free-to-play games, so you don't need a disc at all to play a game. You just download it off whatever network or PS4, Xbox, whatever, Switch, Nintendo, whatever. But just for a collection with I think it's about £1.60 plus another £1.60 postage or something. £3. I thought, why not for a collection? Because some of the Fortnite one of these on disc goes for mega bucks, even though it's useless. But it is, you know, it's a bit of a collectible that's really cheap, so I thought I'll get that for £3. Why not? £18 new with the art book and stickers. Iron Fury. Now this game is inspired by Doom and Wolfenstein. It is that kind of game. Slightly better graphics, but exactly the same, identical, almost gameplay almost. Yeah, I think this is one that will be desired by collectors in the future. A horror game that was about a tenner. It's one of these sort of weird small developers, and it's a sort of spooky horror one. Pineview Drive. Yeah, I'm not too sure if that's going to be any good or not, but if it's a horror game that's released in low numbers, I think it's worth collecting really for a system, because we know what's happened with a lot of horror games on the PS2, for example. When they become low print ones, they become a bit pricey to say the least, don't they, guys? So for PS4, I thought, why not? Okay. Another game that's going to become expensive at some point. Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. This is one of these mature pervy games, to say the least, that I have for my collection, just for the collection, not to be played, just there really, not because I'm a good husband. I don't think I don't stray from far from home, so why would I have interest in anything like this? Of course not. Who would, eh? If my nose could grow. No. Yeah. Another game that is by Way Forward, and I got this as a download code for the Switch, and it's bloody good. And when I knew that they was going to bring out a physical format, this is a limited run by the way, I thought yes, I've got to have that, and it came out on the Switch and the PS4 physical, so I thought I'll get a PS4 because I'm not too mad to have a Switch version as well. It is The Mummy Remastered. Now you think, oh, well, Mummy, that's a shit film. It kind of was. It was a very mediocre film. It's okay. I wouldn't spend much money watching it, and it's worth a chuckle if you have a few beers. But yeah, it's a very it's one of those films that could have been. I think they brought it out to renew the horror franchise, didn't they? And it sort of was rather bad. There was also a Dracula one, which is a better movie in my book than the Mummy one. But anyway, yeah, terrible movie, but really good game. So I'm really pleased to have this on as a physical format. Pick it up digitally if you're into these sort of games. Again, it's like a run and gun Turrican type game, but you know, it's a lot to it and it's Way Forward. So this is a really good one to have for a collection. So I'm pleased to have that. Okay, this box set I got for. Yeah, actually, I got it for a tenner because I had about £50 worth of Amazon vouchers. Because I do this. I'm part of this special scheme whereby for past several months I have lots of tests for COVID tests and stuff. And by participating in this scheme, you not only get a free test at your door, but they compensate you, and so I get Amazon vouchers for that. And so with that, I got this Final Fantasy VII Remake, the Deluxe Edition. Now this is one again whereby it's got that funny logo on the 16 whatever, and if that's Arabic, God knows what that is, but I just can't work it out. But in the back, it's completely all in English though, so it's, you know, it's a proper bona fide release. Sold through Amazon. You know, you thought it may be some sort of German or whatever copy, but it's not. It's all English. No other languages on the back other than English. Yeah. But it's good for a collection. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think Final Fantasy VII. I think it's going to be a part 2 of this as well, isn't there? Or another one that has the rest of the story, which I will get as a collector's as well, because I think Final Fantasy 7 and 8, they're the ones that I really want to get as collector's sets more than anything else really. The other Final Fantasy ones I get hit. I might get collector's if I see them cheap, but I'm not going to go through, you know, out of my way to get one. But this one, I think this is probably the ultimate Final Fantasy game in it really. So, yeah, pleased to have that. And PSVR. Got some VR goodies. Some of these I got cheap again. This was reduced to £5 on Amazon. Quar Infernal Machines on the this is PSVR compatible, so you don't necessarily have to have a VR. So you can actually play this without VR, guys. So this is like a battle strategy type game. So again, for that sort of money, for £5, why not? I had the standalone first issue of this, which hasn't got the PSVR on the packaging, even though it's still, you can still play it with VR version as well if you want to, compatible. But this is Trackmania Turbo with the VR packaging again for collection. I think I got this about £8 or £9 off eBay. I got this from It comes with like I think it's like a poster it comes with. And it has multi-dimension Neptunia 7R. So again, another VR compatible game, which I wanted for a collection. I think that's about the £24 mark. Well, I'll get it before I still cared. Another one of those with a funny writing on. PlayStation Tetris Effect. This is definitely a European edition because it's not just got English on the back, but it's got other European languages on it, even though it's still got that funny Arabic or whatever logo. So yeah, but it is in English too, so I'm quite happy to have this because it's got English packaging too. Tetris Effect. This was about £15, new and sealed. This is a game that is going up in price already, guys. So if you want this, don't leave it any longer because this is getting harder to get on for a reasonable price. Some people want double that for a standalone English copy. Okay, this game, I had the third game in the series, which I got cheap off from Game for about £10 or £15. So I wanted to get the other one. Eddie Rollercore had got the double set of them together, which he got for a really good price, which is fair dues. But I didn't want to. I wasn't that bothered about having the box. So I was quite happy that double box because I've got happy to have the standalone editions, especially because they got the PSVR writing on the packaging. And I don't know. So I got this anyway. Persona 5. I think it was about the £20 mark. So this and the third one probably cost me about £35 in total for the two, which I think you can probably get the collector's set for less than that now. But with the collector's set, even though it comes, you get Persona 4 as a DLC code with it. I've got a feeling from what I've read on the internet that DLC code's expired. Saying that, this came with a counter add-on code, and that worked even though I bought this used. So I got this used for, like I said, for about £20 mark from CEX, and had all the download code and all the paperwork and gubbins, and that was fine. So swings and roundabouts, eh, guys? But yeah, another VR game for a collection. Okay, that's all the actual games. Before I show you the dust covers I've got, and I'm going to talk a bit about that in a minute, where you can get them from if you're interested. I've got some amiibos. So obviously we got Terry Bogard, Fatal Fury. Had to have that. A really iconic Neo Geo one. Another Fire Emblem character, I believe. I think, yeah, it is Fire Emblem. Byleth. And Banjo and Kazooie. That's a really nice figure, isn't it? If you like, you know, if seriously, you know, you're a big Nintendo fan, you like the, you know, like those characters. So I'm pleased to have those. Got them from Amazon pre-order. I think they're about £15 or £16. Not as cheap as I would like, but you don't know if they're going to drop in price or just go out of print, do you? With amiibos, you might as well just buy a book and pay the retail while you get them, really. Okay, that's the main pickups, but obviously I've got some dust covers, and so I'm going to show you. I want to disconnect the camera and take the camera to show you the dust covers. But before I do, I bought about 4 dust covers. Let me explain where they come from. They come from a company called Printer Boy, and there's been a few videos on YouTube about it. So if you put Printer Boy in a search, and I hope you may bring them up, the dust covers. They used to have an Etsy store, but now they've got their own website, and you can just put Printer Boy in the search engine, and it should bring up these dust covers. They got dust covers for just about every possible console you can think of, plus they do the variations. So variants. So with the Xbox 360, there's so many variants, isn't there, with paintwork and so forth. So I got one for Modern Warfare 3 from Xbox 360 as a dust cover. And also got one for the original Xbox, which is a clear one, and they've done the dust covers to match, which are really, really nice actually. You've got a choice of material. I think it's either vinyl or like a cloth type, canvas type material. Do go for the vinyl one, which is like the plastic, because it doesn't age and it's easy to wipe clean if you have to. I think the fabric cloth ones, they probably trap dust. I would have thought, are supposed to keep dust away and probably show dirt easier. So the plastic ones are really good. I recommend those. They're reasonably quite cheap. Each dust cover is from as cheap as about £6 to about £15, depending on what it's for and how complicated and how large a material is, I suppose. So you can opt for free delivery. I did, and I've ordered them from them before. It took forever for them to come first time round, and this time round it took forever as well. It took about 2 months for this stuff to come. It comes all the way from a company in Mexico though, and the website always in English, guys. So they're worth a punt with. If you pay by PayPal, you're protected for about half a year anyway. So you got a bit of protection with PayPal anyway. If you do have any issues. I've got one other dust cover which I ordered separately to come because I needed another cover which I forgot to order when I ordered the first lot, because I'll explain more in a minute when I show you the dust covers. It'll make more sense then, really. So without further ado, I'm going to show you dust covers. Okay guys, so here's the clear original Xbox cover. It's in display here. And further down, you may notice I've got some for the PC Engine Mini and PlayStation Mini. But they also do them for the NES Mini and Genesis Mini and the SNES Mini, which I'll probably get as well. But I've got all my mini systems, those mini systems are still boxed, so I haven't been that worried about getting them. But I'd like to get them while they're cheap. That's not a SATA Mini, that's just my phone charger there. Now here, I've got a Model 2 dust cover that's covering my Retro Freak. And you may ask why I'm doing that. Well, what it was, I had my Model 2 out, and then I did some digging. I finally found my Mega CD, and obviously the dust cover does not fit on the Mega Drive by itself too when connected to the Sega CD. But Printer Boy does do a dust cover for those two together. So I've ordered that dust cover. But not only that, I ordered the one that has the 32X module on top. So that dust cover was a bit more. I think that was about a £15 mark or whatever it was. So that's just still to come. It'll probably take a few more weeks to get here. I'm not going to connect my 32X, not planning to, because I only got a couple of games for 32X, and I tend to play those easily on my RetroPie more than anything else, really. So I'll probably won't. But just in case I ever did change my mind and did have a 32X connected, plugged in, I thought I'd just get that little, that ultimate dust cover, really. And you can get, you can have variants of colours. If you've got the Genesis one or the Japanese ones, you can go for those versions as well, really. So they do give you lots of choices. But like I said, with the dust cover itself, the print quality is very good. I've had other ones come with they come with a back, real back for all the power bits and stuff. So I do recommend these covers, actually, and they do look good, and they're very neat, made to fit, and they last. Because I've got them for a Dreamcast and other consoles, as you can see there too. But also, if I go back into the living room, so I'll just come out of the game room, I'm going to walk slowly, so hopefully not to make people feel giddy or ill, into the game room. Let's go into the lounge. Try to avoid tripping over. So I've got my Xbox 360 Modern Warfare 3 one. which I ordered as well, which came with all those other ones today. But I got also the original PS3 ones and the Halo Xbox One one. I do have one for PS4 as well, but that's on the floor a minute. Whether or not I'll get one for a PS5 and an Xbox Series X, probably will do at some point. But I don't think, because I haven't got those consoles, I might wait in case I get a variant, and I may want to get a variant cover for those systems. But we'll see. Okay, guys, that's it. That's all for my pickups. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do leave comments. Tick the notification bell so you can watch out for the other videos. And thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it, guys. And until later, take care. Bye.